this is, I don't know how many mixed media challenges we've had so far, but we're starting a new one. Well, we started it last Thursday, and I am slowly getting caught up. So the challenge was, well, let me just give you a little bit of a preface about what this mixed media challenge is. I have no idea. I never know what to expect, honestly. Last month we had a prompt that was cupola, Cupola. I had no idea what a cupola was, but that was, I do a random word search on my computer, and whatever that first word is that shows up, that's the one that I use. So we don't know where we're going. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. You just don't know. You don't know what to expect. But I love it because it stretches you and it makes you draw things you don't usually draw. You know, if you're like me, you kind of can keep going over the same things and the same background techniques and the same in, the same out, the same in and day out, day in and day out. And you can kind of get in a rut, you know, so a creative rut where you're creating every day, but you're not stretching yourself and you're not experiencing new techniques and new ways of thinking about things. So it turns out that, let me tell you, because I don't want to leave you hanging, a cupola is this kind of a roofy thing. This thing is called a cupola. So I incorporated it into my spread using a little birdhouse. So how does it work? How does mixed media monthly challenge work? First week we get a random background. Second week we get a random background. I like go on Pinterest and I just say background. And the first one that pops up on that little doohickey on that screen, that's the one that we're going to do. That's the one we're going to explore. So last week it was staining. Last month, I'm sorry, it was staining. And we did like coffee and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, okay, focusing right now. Trying to focus right now. So this is exciting. First week is a random background. Second week is a random noun or a random sentence. Third week is a journaling prompt. So this was my journaling prompt for last month. Dear Younger Me. Again, go online and I have just a website for journaling prompts. So whatever comes up. We've had Younger Me a couple of times, so that must be like a really common kind of thing to get people's minds and hearts going. So, okay, so today's or this week's, we're going to draw a new one tomorrow, but this past week's background technique for March was a paper towel technique. So I have some ideas percolating in my brain, what I'm going to try to do. So I wanted to just kind of share with you guys kind of quickly different things that I've done with paper towels. Do you guys know that I'm doing a creative retreat in May? And we are going to experience the throne room of God through the arts. What? I know. So excited. So excited. So this is something I'm working on for, to go over with the ladies that have signed up to go on the retreat. And I don't know if you can see. Can you see all this? This is a paper towel that's all smooshed up and to bring texture. So I just kind of smooshed it up with gesso, used the gesso as glue, and created this kind of a background with it. I'm kind of going to be doing that today, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what, you know, I don't know what we're going to do. We just kind of do it. I also wanted to share with you a couple of other things I've done in the past with paper towels. This entire, like you can see, it's not thin. This entire thing was made from old paper towels. Now I know you have them, right? Here's one that I use for all my drippings and all that kind of stuff, right? So listen, that can be really pretty. So what I did, saved all of these, got them all nice and straight and clean and pretty, and I just used glue, Elmer's glue and water, and just kept gluing them together, one after the other, after the other, after the other. I worked on a silicone sheet or a non-stick surface so that I could lift it back up again, or wax paper. You could use wax paper. So that is, I'm trying to get you see how thick it is. That is, oh, there's a little piece coming off. See? So can we use it to make canvas? What? Okay, this one's crazy. You ready? Wet toilet paper. You see, this is nothing but toilet paper. I did this with my middle school class. So you take toilet paper and you just keep wetting it down, and layer after layer after layer, it becomes completely moldable. And you too can make a face with toilet paper. I know, it's crazy. So, and it holds up, you know, so you can kind of, when it's wet, you can mush them and mold them and all that kind of stuff. So this is nothing but wet toilet paper. Nothing, like, look, you see the inside, nothing but wet toilet paper. So those are some of the things that I have done with paper towels, toilet paper. Oh my goodness, wait, there's one more thing. Look at this little fellow. I made him with a, can you see, he's kind of disgruntled today. So I made him with a paper towel roll. And my daughter is applying to an art school, and my daughter made an entire like 4-foot tree person from nothing but wet paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls. Just, you'll be amazed when you wet down a toilet paper roll, it becomes completely moldable. You can just do all sorts of crazy things with them, and you can even make yourself a little guy that will remind you to be happy at your desk. So here we go. Are you so excited? I don't know what I'm doing. I know I never do. This does not mean this is the only way you can do it. This just means this is how I've done it. You don't have to approach the technique the same way. It's always fun and exciting to see what other things people come up with. So let's go. Let's get started. Okay, bye. So let's just go ahead and get started. I am thinking I'm going to start off with this. One's almost empty, but I'm going to use clear gesso as my glue. Look at these great little paintbrushes. I got these from IKEA, and there was like 6 of them for 99 cents. And that's about my brush speed, because I tend to be very hard on brushes. These are all of my brushes that are just a little bit crunchy, crusty. But I don't throw them away because they're great for texture, to kind of just lay in. Like that one just does a leaf really well. So I find myself distracted. So, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to cut strips. I've got a 2-fold process I'm gonna try here. I got a vision. Oh, wait, let me put my wax paper down. Also what I showed you with that paper towel, you can also do that with old pieces of wax paper. When they get really, they get pretty. Like, look at that. That's got like glitter and things on it. You can make paper out of the wax paper as well. So let me just say this to start with. This was just an old, paper scrapes on there. So I'm going to let that kind of shine through. I don't know how many of these I'm going to want. So let me stop there and see what happens with this. Okay, so look, I'm having a thought. Let's see what I'm having a thought of. I'm going to take them. Now listen, this is not prepared in advance. I'd like to say that I put so much thought and effort and something into thinking this through, but I did not. So you guys know I make my own spray dyes. I'm just going to go with the, so I'm going to spray them down a little bit. I'm going to mush them up a little, spray down some more. That's a nice bright color. Spray down some more. It's funny that these colors actually match the background. So, gee, I wonder if and because they're paper towels, I can kind of take it and mop up what's there. So let's see what we got going on here. So that's kind of fun. It's not going to stay that color, but it is fun nonetheless, right? Okay, so let me use this one up first. Clear gesso. So I'm going heavy on this. So let's just see what we got. Do I like it scrunched? I think I do. He doesn't want to stay. During times I'm gonna just kind of cut out the chalk in so that we don't have like a 72-hour video. As enticing as that is, I know, to hear me speak like that, but so Just going to keep laying these in and kind of, I'm going to lay these guys in, and then I'm going to ruffle them up somewhat, and then I'm going to dry it all. So I'll go quick on it, and then I'll come back to you and we'll see what the next step is. glue gun to heat up is I'm just cutting them and just sort of twisting them on up like this so that I kind of get this ratty little thing. So I'll keep on going with this. Great potential for burning myself here. Anybody that knows me knows if there's a hot glue gun within 20 feet of me, I will burn myself. Oh yes, I will. Let's see, make this one come up a little bit more. Well, that goes a lot, that dries a lot faster than the gesso. But I can't imagine scooching it all up together with a hot glue gun. I feel like that could go very wrong very quickly and have lots of third-degree burns. So, you know, I'm just going to go with the gesso for that first part. This is kind of fun, though. Yep. Had some short ones that I could kind of bring up and around here. Okay. And we're going to So you know that this is just a background, right? So we never know where it's going to go or what next week is going to bring. So that's just sort of the fun part of it. You just have to adapt and go with it as it, as it becomes obvious what's gonna be next. I know that I'm just rambling. I hate YouTube videos where people just ramble while they're working, but I really do have a cognizant thought I want to get out. I don't particularly care for this whole big mess over here. Seeing this, I like this technique a lot more than I'm digging this whole mess over here. But that's okay, because this is all about, like we said in the beginning, kind of experimenting and seeing what we can come up with and what it's going to look like. So it's okay that I'm not in love with it, because I have a whole month to get in love with it. So I think it's going to work out just fine. I do feel like right here it should be a little bit thicker to hold up that tree trunk. Oh, I'm getting all of those spider webs. This is going to go wrong. Listen, you guys are going to be the first ones to see it when it all goes wrong. So that I do kind of dig. This is still soaking wet over here. So let's see if I love this. It's going to be hard to get that to close on my journal. Oh my goodness, how cute would it be if there was a swing coming down there? Okay, so I am kind of having a thought here. I think I'm going to make a wash. This is the gesso that I just finished. So I've got some glue in there. I'd like to get a little bit, I'm just going to do that and get that kind of in there. See how it's picking up? I like that. So if we put in some water. And I want that to kind of okay, so now what I'm thinking is a little bit of sparkle. So I feel like there should always be sparkle. These are pearls, Pearl X's. Let me get my little spoon. So because there's gesso in here, usually, do I want to do this color? Yeah. Usually if you're going to add these, you have to have some sort of a gluing agent in them, but the gesso is going to act as a glue. So here, I'm just going to kind of swirl that around a little bit. Put a little bit more water in theory. This is what I buy, 99-cent brushes at IKEA. Woo! Okay, so I do kind of like that is very watery. I'm going to go even a little bit more. I'm actually going to dump in some water. Okay, I want it to be real light. Can you see how light that is? I can find the camera. I'm not. This is like how I back up. Don't get behind me when I've got to back up. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to kind of bring it in. I like the color. I like that it's so kind of, that's my dog. You guys know Rocco. How could you forget Rocco? So I want it to stay real light, real airy, dreamlike almost. Just kind of I don't think I'm ever going to get this journal closed. So I do want to leave some of it sort of white. I don't want to get it all. I'm just swabbing up some of that. Yeah, I'm starting to like it more. Now this is just going to sit on top of this other, because there's nothing absorbent on there. That's just paint. So that's just going to kind of sit in on there. I kind of like the whiteness of the tree. I don't know if I want to make it real dark. I kind of almost like that it's sort of so white against the darker. That kind of almost looks to me like it's a galaxy or something like that. I don't know. What am I? Real wet, real wet. And then back in. Yes, there's paint going everywhere. But I would really like for there to be some right up there. All right. See, I'm kind of digging in more now. You got to work through it. I promise you that every journal page has got a moment where you hate it. Always, always. So I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of... I am going to keep it white, I think, though. I'll put some kind of color in there. I don't know, the white tree kind of intrigues me. Looks like a fairyland, doesn't it? So I think that is my paper towel technique for this week. That's it. That's what I'm calling quits with. So all right, remember you can go to Facebook, Mixed Media Challenge, praise heart Mixed Media Monthly Challenge, to join in the fun and see what tomorrow is going to be. I also do it on my Praise Heart Facebook page, so you can go either way. But please join us because it's just fun. So thanks, guys. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yay!